It is Monday and I am wanting to figure out what I'm reading this week. I want to do a reading vlog. So I am currently actually reading Funny Story by Emily Henry, but that is not indie. No, it is not. So we are going to look at what I have on my Kindle Scribe and we're going to figure out what we're going to read this week because I want to read I'd like to read 2 books. I need to get Funny Story done, but I'm trying to work on that on the weekends, and then during the week I can, read what I really want to read. Although I will say Funny Story is shaping up to be a good book, even though I'm actually not an Emily Henry fan, but I am like in school to be a librarian and she's a librarian in the book, so I think that's kind of cool. Okay, so we're just not going to talk about that anymore. Pretty sure this is what I'm going to read because it sounds really good. It's called Blood Orange and this is the cover. So this book is a dark and spacey gothic romance. It's a Dracula retelling, I guess, and yeah, I'm really excited about this one. The next one I think I'm going to read, which I need to do a video with showing you like everything that I have on my Kindle, but that's not going to be this video. All right, I'm gonna do one of my favorite authors, Juliet Cross. She just came out with a book called The Lovely Dark, a monster romance anthology. So there's 3 stories in it and this is the cover. So it's called The Lovely Dark. And so yeah, that way, if I only end up getting to maybe one of the anthologies, at least I've read like a book, right? I have really been in the mood for something other than just like a basic love story. So I think both of those are gonna really do it for me. I'm excited. So one thing I have been doing while I've been sitting here, not reading, I really wanted to do this before. And so basically this is my reading journal that I just created in Notion. I just wanted to create something super easy. So now I have all the books, and this is, obviously I'm just starting because I had been tracking in my Storygraph, which I'll show you here. So I track in my Storygraph, but I really wanted to track better notes now that I'm doing the channel, and this way it allows me to put everything I need into here and I can show you the notes. So just took some notes on this. The book that I had, you can see the cover. I talked about it in my last video. I showed it, I was reading it on the subway, on the metro, but I DNF'd it. It was not great. Some people might really like it, but I was really confused by some of her writing. Some of the sentences in there were like just didn't make sense to me. And then also some of the side characters were really annoying. And so it's for a book club that I'm in with my friends back in the United States, and 2 other people in the group said that they were going to DNF it too. So I didn't feel alone, and I did DNF that one. I've actually DNF'd a lot of books lately. I just don't have time for books that I don't like. So there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna go read for a little bit. Hello, good morning. I'm eating breakfast really fast because I'm actually going to a tea ceremony today, which I'm really excited about because I've never been to one. But before I get ready, I wanted to update you on Blood Orange. So I'm about 40% of the way through, and I love the story. It is so intriguing. It's about the vampire that apparently like Dracula was written after. He's the main male character, and then the main female character, she is a witch that is tasked to kill him. However, the twist is that she is reincarnated of his previous lover and like love of his life from the 1700s. That is the gist of it. I don't think I'm giving away too much. It's so good. The story is so good and really cool how the author is like weaving all these like stories throughout it. I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. The spice is it's like, it's whatever. I think it's meant to be like shocking, but to be honest, the story is so good that you don't really need it necessarily. It's not lending anything to the story. So at least in my opinion, it's not. But if you have issues with spice, definitely check the content warnings at the beginning of this book because there are many. My glasses are so dirty right now. Hopefully I get to finish this book today. I've got quite a long metro ride all the way to, sorry, my cat just jumped up onto the table so it shook the camera. I've got a long metro ride, so I'm hoping to it's like 2 hours of reading there and back. And so hopefully I'll get to tell you at least maybe how I think of this book by tonight, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, okay, see you guys later.
We see green tea for summer, black tea for winter, white tea for every season, everyone.
Okay, so I am 68% of the way through of Blood Orange, and I don't know, you guys. I had such high hopes for this book. The story was really cool. Like, I was like, okay, I really like the whole, like kind of star-crossed lovers kind of a thing going on with this book. And it's just not hitting the mark. For me, there's like, when there's spice in books, it needs to be strategic. It needs to be well done and not just in there to have it. And I feel like that's kind of what this book is right now. This is a pretty fast read. It's just, yeah. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see. Hi. Hello. So I finished the book last night, and okay, so here are my thoughts. So the writing itself wasn't bad. This overall story was really cool. Kind of like I said before, star-crossed lovers. It was this really cool reincarnation and then like witch, vampire. And I really enjoyed that aspect of the book. Where it lost me was the spicy scenes. They were just trying to be dark romance, trying to be a little too, I don't know how to explain this very well, but it's like, without getting too descriptive, it just seemed like at one point he's like, the darkness in me calls out or sees the darkness in you kind of thing. And it's just so cheesy and cringe. I was just like, this is so dumb. And honestly, if those scenes had been left out of this book or tamed down or done just totally differently, it would have been awesome. It would have been a great book. I don't even know what I'm going to be starring this, maybe 2.5, 2.75, because I really did enjoy the story. It leaves on kind of a cliffhanger. It's duology. You know what is going, like how the next book should start. And so it wasn't a total cliffhanger. It's not like I'm needing to read the second book right now. I honestly don't know if I ever will read the second book because I just didn't enjoy the connection between the two characters. There was supposed to be a connection, right, because of the star-crossed lovers, but it just didn't hit right for me. It just didn't hit. So, yeah, I think that if you like vampire witch romance, then you would probably enjoy this book. Just know that definitely check the trigger warnings and know that there is spice. Also, I will say that all vampire witch books have almost been ruined for me though, because I love Juliet Cross's Take a Spell series. It is literally one of my favorite series I've ever read, and it is vampire, witch, and werewolf. And she just does it so perfectly. So perfectly. Absolutely love that series, so if you haven't read it, you need to. Oh, actually, I think what I'm going to do is start a totally different book, and I will come back on later and tell you what that is. I don't want to do a dark romance because the other one that I had listed is a dark romance, and I don't know if I'm in the mood for that right now. I need something light and fluffy. Maybe like a cowboy romance or something like that. So I'm getting ready to walk on the treadmill, and earlier I decided I needed another audiobook to listen to because I just finished another one, and I checked Hoopla, which I have 2 library cards back in the United States, and one of them has a Hoopla account, and they had the Graham Effect. So I am really actually kind of excited to listen to this because the series, the Briar U series, and the ones all before this one, this is their kids, like it's the second generation is what they call it, I guess. It's a she's a hockey player, and her love interest is another hockey player. So it's cute so far. I've listened to about, wow, I actually listened to an hour and a half already, so I have it at 1.5 speed, I think. And yeah, so I'm gonna continue listening to this while I walk on the treadmill.
I let the call go to voicemail. The walk home takes me down Main Street through a series of quaint, well-maintained parks. Hastings is a tremendous step up for me.
It's Thursday morning, yes. I have a meeting with my friends who live back in the United States, and they are working on this cruise called Lovelit Cruise. And it's basically a cruise for romance readers, and there's going to be authors on board. And so if you're interested, I'll leave the information below. But anyway, I'm getting ready to have a meeting with them just to kind of talk about the book club that's also associated with Lovelit Cruise. You don't have to be going on the cruise to be a part of the book club. But anyway, I will leave all that information below. I wanted to hop on and show you guys something really fast. I don't know, I'm going to leave the link below. But I've been going through this website that I found, and it's by Kat Summers, who is an indie author, and it's so cool. She goes through every single month and she shares a list of all of the indie romance books that have come out. I am so excited about this. What I've been doing is going through the lists and then going over to my Storygraph and looking them up. If you don't follow me on Storygraph, I'll also leave that link below. But yeah, I thought that was so cool and incredibly helpful. So thank you, Kat Summers. Thank you so much. This is amazing. So I've already found a couple reads that I really want to do. I'm going to do a video soon about all of the summer reads that I want to do or want to read. I'm going to be going to Europe this summer, and so I really want like just nice, easy summer reads, and I would like to find one that is set in Europe. I think that would be really fun too. But okay, I'm going to go to my meeting, and I will check in with you guys later because I started Flawless last night, and I want to tell you about it. Friday morning. My family has gone off to school and work, and now I get to drink my coffee, and I'm gonna walk on the treadmill and probably listen to the rest of the Dixon, is that what's it called? The Graham Effect. The Dixon Effect, or the Dixon something is the second one, which is already out. But the Graham Effect, oh, you know what I just realized is my dryer is going, so I'm sorry if that is in the background. So we're gonna come into my bedroom, and that way we can also talk about Heartless, because I have it here on my Kindle. Okay, hi. It is a lot longer than I expected. It's really good though. I'm really enjoying it. I've always really enjoyed Elle Kennedy's writing when she's within these like sports romances. I think she does a really good job at that. They've gotten together, but he hasn't really like fallen for her yet, right? And well, neither one of them have really fallen for each other, so we're kind of like waiting for that. So I think it says I have like 5 hours left, but I have it going a little bit faster, so we'll see. Next, I started Heartless by Elsie Silver, the Chestnut Springs series. This is grumpy sunshine, and she was raised by a musician, like a lead singer of a famous band, and a sex therapist. And so she's just kind of a little wild, but in a good way. Like, she's just really carefree. And then he's, you know, had some really tragic things happen to him, especially with women and stuff like that. And so has a son, and he's responsible for so many things, and so it's really hard for him to like let loose. You know, typical storylines. I feel like I've read this before, but just with new characters. And so it's nothing that's like wowing me yet, but last night I ended a chapter, and oh my gosh, it was so good. He says something that was so out of character for him, and it was just like, I'm laying in bed and my husband's asleep, and I'm like going like, it was so hard to not just scream and be like, yeah. It was so good. So the writing is fabulous. I really have enjoyed, this is only my second book with, my cat is doing stuff, only my second book with Elsie Silver, and I really, really, really enjoy her writing. So yeah, I think that is all. I am gonna try and finish at least the Graham Effect today. I have a lot of like cleaning and stuff to do. I probably won't finish Heartless in this vlog. Also, this is my first vlog, you guys, for reading, like a true reading vlog. Let me know what you think. I feel like I should be adding more. I haven't even edited it yet. Edited it? Such a weird word. Edited this video yet. And so I don't know how it's gonna come together. I've not really done videos in my other channel where I'm just constantly talking and there's not really like showing you things. That's why I was like, okay, well, I'll just show them making my coffee today. Yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this so far. I will wrap it up probably. I'll probably wrap it up tomorrow and talk about like what I've finished. How about that? We'll do that. This is my millennial duck face. Yeah. Okay, so I just finished curling my hair called the Graham Effect, and I have to say that I love Elle Kennedy's writing because there's no third act conflict, there's no miscommunication. It is always just like, hey, we fell in love. There was a in like one of the last chapters, it was kind of like, oh, surprise, and I was like, oh, don't worry, it's not a surprise pregnancy trope, but it was just like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Not a negative thing, just like kind of a surprise. So know that happens, but I really enjoyed it. I'd probably give it, I don't know, I feel like I've been harsher on my ratings lately just because I do read so much romance. So I don't know, I'd probably give it like 3.75 to 4 stars. It was just just a good book. Just now, I will say this, you need to know, like, sorry, I'm cleaning my glasses if you're wondering what that sound was. You need to make sure that, you know, there is spice in it, and you need to be okay with spice if you're going to be reading Elle Kennedy's books, because yes, there is some spice. I don't know if I like my hair with the wingy dingy things. The last haircut I got, he cut it like, I don't know, I didn't like it. But anyway, I need to brush through these curls. Well, I don't really have anything else to say. And I know that I'm not going to finish what is it called? Flawless? I'm not gonna finish Flawless in this vlog because it's gonna take me probably another week to read that one, because I'm really just reading that, I don't know, when I can, and it's just one of those things. I just know I'm not gonna finish it tonight because I have a very busy weekend, and I need to finish Funny Story for another group that I'm in. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week.